with 3 days to go for the G20 Summit in the capital now, an all-out political war has erupted over presidential dinner invite. The note that has gone viral has written President of Bharat. Congress and the Amity Party have hit out at the centre, calling it an assault on the Union of States. And Mr. Kejriwal claimed that this has been done due to the opposition alliance calling itself India. But what is the etymology of these two names? We will take you through that first. But of course, who started this war of names over the country? First, it was the India Alliance, and then the BJP responding with Bharat name in their bios. And now it is the G20 dinner invite. Should there be politics over this? What is the objection here that we need to learn? We're going to debate about this with our guest. Joining us on the program is Mr. Utpal Kaul, historian and author, Kashmiri Pandit. Also with us, Dr. Amit Rai Jain, who's a historian, joins us on the show as well. Mr. Raman Malik, BJP spokesperson, also joins us on the show. Last but not the least, Pooja Tripathi, Congress spokesperson, with us on the program as well. I'm going to go to the big screen and in fact lay out some perspective as to what is in a name. Like Shakespeare said, the history of India is of course derived from the Sanskrit word Sindhu. Sindhu in Sanskrit means a name for the Indus River, and it's because of this particular name that all the other derivations were also can be tracked. The history of course goes back to the Indus Valley civilization. Alexander the Great referred to the land beyond Indus as Indoi, and of course this was a progressive change and a Chinese whispers kind of a term which got translated into India over a period of time. Europeans referred to a land beyond Indus as India, and Indus River is divided into the present day India and of course Pakistan as well. So if we look at the history, this is something which has been going on for quite some time. But India is a term historically used by external cultures. Indigenous names for the land differ across languages. In Hindi, India is of course Bharat, which was also the name of the gentleman who plays a very important character in the Mahabharata as well. The name is derived from the Indian mythology associated with King Bharata. Like I said, he was the emperor mentioned in the Mahabharata as well. If any of you are familiar with the Mahabharata, the story of Mahabharata in fact begins with King Bharat, and King Bharat credited with the unifying kingdoms. There were land under his rule called the Bharat Varsh, and that's what the Pandavas and the Kauravas also used to refer to India as Bharat Varsh. For Indians, it's always been Bharat is the point that we're trying to drive at here. Bharatvarsh evolved as a colloquial name for Indian subcontinent, and Bharatvarsh included the present-day Pakistan, Nepal, Myanmar and Bangladesh as well. Clearly highlighting and putting out without any doubt unequivocally that Bharat is the name that we always had. Indigenous names for land differ across languages as well. In Hindi, India is Bharat. For instance, if Russia is Rus in India, it is definitely the same kind of comparison and analogy that we are trying to draw here. Mr. Kaul, you are a historian. I'm going to begin with you, if you can hear me. Mr. Kaul, if you're there with us. Okay, Mr. Kaul is perhaps not with us at this point in time. Mr. Amit Rai, if you can hear me.
जी, please.
अमित जी, जहाँ तक भारत का सवाल है और उसके नाम का सवाल है, अंग्रेज़ों के आने से पहले, मुग़लों के आने से पहले हमेशा से ही भारत ही थे। अंग्रेज़ों के जाने के बाद जो एक इंडिया का ये जो एक स्टैंप लगा है, उसको हम एक तरह से सहते आए हैं, पर भारत का असली जो नाम है उसको इस्तेमाल करने में क्या मजबूरी हो सकती है, या इस्तेमाल ना करने में क्या मजबूरी हो सकती है?
देखिए, अभी फिलहाल क्योंकि राष्ट्रपति जी ने अपने निमंत्रण पत्र में लिखा है कि प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ भारत, तो इसको लिखने से उन्होंने एक ऐसी बहस छेड़ दी कि जो मुझे लगता है कि बहस का मुद्दा नहीं है। और ये भी निर्विवाद बिल्कुल सत्य है कि हमारे देश का नाम भारतवर्ष प्राचीन काल से है। दो चीजें होती है, एक तो लिटरेचर है और एक किंवदंतियां हैं। तो हमारा जो पौराणिक भारतीय लिटरेचर है, विशुद्ध भारतीय लिटरेचर, वो वेद है, पुराण है। दूसरा, वैदिक से अलग श्रमण परंपरा की तरफ देखते हैं तो बुद्धिस्ट लिटरेचर है, जातक कथाएं हैं और जैन आगम हैं, जो कि प्राकृत में लिखे हैं, और बुद्धिस्ट लिटरेचर पाली लिपि में लिखे हैं। तो उसमें जगह जगह स्थान स्थान पर इस देश के नाम के बारे में वर्णन मिलता है। कहीं कहीं अजनाब वर्ष भी मिलता है, भारतवर्ष, बृहत्तोत्तर भारत या भारत के नाम से जो इसका नाम है, हमारा जो भारत का प्राचीनतम लिटरेचर है उसमें मिलता है। और जो आपने सवाल किया, क्योंकि यूरोपियन जब यहाँ आए, ग्रीक जब अलेक्जेंडर इंडिया के अंदर प्रवेश हुए इंडस वैली यानी कि सिंधु नदी को पार करके, तो उन्होंने या उनके बाद के इतिहासकारों ने उसको इंडस कहा कि इंडियन रूट पे हम लोग जा रहे हैं, तो उसके से कुछ है, क्योंकि ग्रीक लेजेंड का प्रभाव भारत में रहा है। द्विभाषिक सिक्के मिलते हैं। मिनेंडर जो है उसका नाम हिंदुस्तान में मिलिंद था, उसका ग्रीक नाम मिनेंडर था। अपोलोडोटस ग्रीक नाम था, उसको भारत में अपलदत्त कहा गया। उसी तरह से अलेक्जेंडर ग्रीक के अंदर कहा, हमारे यहाँ उसको सिकंदर कहा। तो इंडिया का जो सही नाम है वो सही रूप में भारत है, लेकिन ब्रिटिश काल के दौरान जगह जगह उसको इंडिया कहा गया, क्योंकि ब्रिटिश लैंग्वेज में इंग्लिश के अंदर इंडिया कहना ज्यादा उनको सुटेबल था, भारत कहने में उनका थरथराती थी। तो ये एक हिस्टोरिकल फैक्ट है। एज ए हिस्टोरियन मैं इस बात को प्रूव कर सकता हूँ। प्रूव करने की खैर आवश्यकता नहीं है कि भारत का नाम प्राचीन काल से भारत वर्ष रहा, अजनाब वर्ष रहा। एक तथ्य ये तो है कि ऋषभ पुत्र भारत के नाम पे भारत पड़ा है, या शकुंतला वाले भरत जो राजा हैं उनके नाम पे पड़ा है, लेकिन ये विवाद का विषय नहीं है। फिलहाल विषय है कि भारत नाम स्वीकार करने के जैसा है, और भारत नाम को पूरे वर्ष में यानी कि पूरे विश्व के अंदर हमको भारत के रूप में ही जान पहचान इसको मिलने चाहिए। और भारत के अंदर विशेष तौर पे लोकसभा, राज्यसभा और जहां पर भी इस नियम को पारित किया जा सकता है, नाम को हम लोग प्रूव कर सकते हैं, प्रूव करना चाहिए। और पूरे विश्व की हमें बिरादरी से, सभी देशों से ये अपील करनी चाहिए कि हमारे देश का नाम भारत रहे, उसका नाम इंडिया ना कहा जाए। क्योंकि इंडियन या इंडिया के कहने से, हालांकि क्योंकि पिछले लगभग 150, 200, 250 सालों से हम इंडिया कहते रहे हैं, तो अजीब लगता है कि एक
Right. Mr. Raman Malik is also with us on the program, BJP spokesperson. Mr. Malik, I hope you can hear me, sir.
I can hear you. Thank you,
Well,
Vinny.
you know, it is very unsavory, to have a fight or an argument over what our country should be called. It's obvious to me that we were always Bharat. We will continue to be Bharat. India was a name which was given to us by invaders and people with imperialist tendencies. And that is something which is also a part of the legacy that we, down the hill, Mr. Malik, should disapprove of. But unfortunately, there is politics being played around it. Sir, you're muted, sir.
Let me be, thank you, Vinny. Let me be factually correct and let me put certain factual points. First and foremost is, for not a few hundred, but a few thousand years, everywhere we have been utilizing this statement which says, Jambu Dweepe Bharat Khande Aryavarte. This is the basic ethos of in our prayers when we, in the Sanatan, when we pray. This is how we identify to God that this is where we are, this is who we are, this is what we are saying, from where we are saying. So that is the first part. The second part was the conglomeration of various princely states were culturally united under a cultural nation known as Bharat, Bharatvarsha. The British India came into existence by the Britisher, not by the local people of this land. The British India transformed into India in 1947, and barring from 1947 until 51, from 51 onwards, it has been Bharat, that is India. So Bharat and India always existed. There is no name change. The only thing is, the problem is that if you are using Bharat instead of India, certain people who have been piggy banking on India have a problem. Now they must answer about them being stooges of imperialists, about them being stooges of the West, about them being people who are adamant to demolish the history of this great nation, those who tinkered with the history like Romila Thapas and the others who personified Nehru. Now, Vineet, just concluding my remark, I believe that if somebody from the India group has a problem, they should start addressing and commenting India Ratan Jawaharlal Nehru, India Ratan Rajiv Gandhi. They call it Bharat Ratna. Why? Because Bharat, that is India. So there's no change in the stance. It is just that we have used today Bharat. If the local dialect is used, you have a problem because you were trying to save yourself. You were trying to encash India, which Bharat does not like. And that is where the problem is. So if you do not want it, then you have to be sure about telling the nation what is your problem.
All right. Pooja Tripathi, Congress spokesperson, with us on the program as well. Pooja, why fight over the name of our country? Why is it so important? Aren't there other issues that the opposition should be focused on? Is this really any substance that we have to spar over this? This is a great moment for India, the G20 Summit.
Vineet, I totally agree with you when you said it's an unsavory. This India versus Bharat debate is an unsavory step. It's an ideological bankruptcy, petty politics. Just because opposition parties have formed an alliance named India, you want to relinquish the identity of 140 crore Indians from our memory. Our constitution, the Article
50 years of identity vis-a-vis 50,000 years of identity, Pooja.
Sir, she didn't interrupt you, sir. Sir, give her the same courtesy. Let's listen her out. Go ahead.
Of our country, Vineet, Article 1.1 says that India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. Nobody is denying that India is not called Bharat. But what is India? Is it a colonial legacy? You could have said that in 1947. Over the last 75 years, we have built an incalculable brand. We have built a robust brand that is the axis of global south. And just because you are fearing of losing an election, you have Article 52 says President of India. If constitutional positions and constitutional names can be changed so casually, what is stopping Prime Minister of India from calling himself Shahenshah Hind or the Emperor of Bharat? I think this is a very, very, very petty politics at play because, just because an opposition alliance has called itself India, you have now decided to call President of Bharat. I mean, there are so pressing issues. G20 is at the doors of our country. Various international delegates will be arriving any moment. There's an aggressive China hitting our borders. There's an inflation. There's unemployment. There's so much to do in the country. And what you have called the sessions for, as per the sources, you have called the session to change our country's name. India, and I hope they have consulted all the states. They have consulted all the political parties. All the 140 crore Indians, I hope they have put it into public consultation that they are changing the name. Nobody denies to be associated with Bharat, but India, that is Bharat, that is union of states, they are proudly associated with you. And this is, just because you want to, you're fearing, you're rattled by losing an election, you come up with this unsavory debate of India versus Bharat. Who is India? We are India. Who is Bharat? We are Bharat. So when we say, and look who is saying this, BJP, who came with India Shining, who came with Digital India, who came with Skill India, who came with Made in India, everything India, and some mirage called New India too. And it was Congress who came with Bharat Jodo Yatra. So when we say Jeetega India and Judega Bharat, we believe that India and Bharat is one, and Bharatiya Janata Party should stop compartmentalizing our country into India and Bharat and stop this unsavory debate and start acting on issues that matter.
Okay, all right. Mr. Jain, do you think the politicians should be quarreling over India's name? Is that a worthy cause? While we are setting our sights on the moon and the sun, what name should be referred to our country seems very little myopic in front of that.
देखिए, मुझे तो लगता है कि ये सब चीजें हमें सहज स्वीकार करनी चाहिए। भारत का नाम अगर भारतवर्ष के तौर पे कहा जाता है, माना जाता है, तो इसमें कहीं कोई पॉलिटिक्स नहीं होनी चाहिए। और कांग्रेस हो चाहे दूसरी अन्य विपक्षी पार्टी हो, पक्ष वाली सत्ता पक्ष की पार्टी हो, सबको एक मत एक राय होकर के हमारे देश के नाम को भारत के रूप में मान लेना चाहिए। हाँ, इंडिया के नाम से प्रचलित पिछले 150-200 सालों में रहा है और लोगों की जबान पे चढ़ भी गया, लेकिन हिस्टोरिकल फैक्ट्स सारे के सारे भारत के हैं और हमें इसको स्वीकार भी करना चाहिए। और पॉलिटिकल इश्यूज से इसको बचा करके हमें मानना चाहिए कि भारत का ऐतिहासिक नाम भारतवर्ष ही रहा है और इसका ऑथेंटिक वर्णन हमारे जब ग्रंथों में, पुराणों में, भारत के संविधान में जगह जगह स्थान स्थान पर है। तो इसमें कहीं कोई गुंजाइश नहीं है कि हम इसके अंदर कोई पॉलिटिक्स करें या कहीं कोई मौके का फायदा उठाएं या इलेक्शन को देख करके अपनी बात करें। हमें सही मन, सही राय से और एक मत होकर के भारत को भारत स्वीकार करना चाहिए। मेरा एक इतिहासकार होने के नाते और हिस्ट्री का विद्यार्थी होने के नाते यही कहना है। इससे अलग क्योंकि पॉलिटिकल इश्यू लोग बना सकते हैं, बन रहा है, लेकिन बनना नहीं।
Mr. Malik, now is your opportunity to respond to the Congress spokesperson.
See, first of all, one must understand, since 1951, when we adopted the Constitution, 1950-51.
So she also made a charge that so many of our campaigns have been under the name India.
I'm giving you the answer.
Please address that as well.
Yeah, I'll give you the answer for that. See, the basic issue is, since adopting the Constitution, it has been the fault of the Congress and other at various times that they did not promote Bharat, that is India. They only promoted India because they were subjugated to East India Company theoretically, ideologically, morally. They today even are people working under the West, under the Mino family. Furthermore, let's kind of come to the basic issue. If today Bharat is being used as the President of Bharat, there's no name change of the country. It is just utilizing the basic ethos of the Constitution. Now today when they are saying all of this, they are basically trying to utilize the Constitution for their benefit, and they are not ready to accept that the Constitution only permits Bharat to be used as a name for this country. And if that is the case, then there should have been no objection. But the objection is because they wanted to piggy bank on our country. They are working as parasites on this nation. They must stop themselves being parasites on this country. They have to understand that culturally, morally, we are Bharat, and they should respect it. They should respect 140 crore Bharatiyas. They are not, Hindustan or India is not a name from this land. It is a name given by the West, whether it is the Midwest or whether it is the European nations. And if that is not understandable by A.O. Hume's created Congress, and they cannot, they're presently working under Antonio Mino, then I think they do not have any rights to tell us. And the historical timeline and you name usage that I've given you, I can challenge Dr. Pooja that she cannot tell me where I am wrong on this, because I am 100% correct. Because it was Bharat, it is Bharat, it would always be Bharat.
Can I come in a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Pooja.
So, you call it Jambu Dweep, you call Bharat Khand, you call Bharat Varsh, or you call it India. The fact is, the RSS.
No, the RSS does not.
No.
Sorry,
Pooja. Let him finish, sir.
No,
Mr. Malik,
no,
Mr. Malik, I'll
no,
come to you.
no,
Mr. Malik,
not at all.
Mr. Malik,
No,
one
no,
second.
Pooja.
Mr. Malik,
You
Mr. Malik,
do not
Mr.
know.
Malik,
If you
Mr.
do not
Malik,
know,
Mr. Raman
please
Malik,
do
hold
not.
on. Mr.
You
Malik,
please
hold
do
on.
not comment if
Mr.
you do
Malik,
not know.
Mr. Malik, hold on. Let us do our job. Let me do my job as a moderator. You please do your job as a BJP spokesperson. Let her respond. Go ahead. Pooja, go ahead.
You cannot comment on something of a religious practice like this.
Go ahead, Mr. Malik.
No, she
Mr.
cannot
Malik,
practice.
it's a free country. Mr. Malik, it's a free country. You
She
can respond to
cannot-
her. Go ahead, Pooja. Go ahead.
The Eurasian plateau was known as Jambu Dweep. If she does not know history, if she does not know culture, if she does not know the religious text, she should not comment.
Can you please mute him? Yeah, please.
Mr. Malik, sir, this is not how we want to do this debate.
No,
let me do my job. Mr. Malik, if there is any, Mr. Malik, you're holding up the entire debate. Mr. Malik, you're holding up the entire debate, sir. Mr. Malik, you're holding up the debate.
I would not listen crap about
No,
Sanatan.
I'll have to mute you. PCR, please, somebody mute Mr. Malik. Pooja, come in. Pooja, go ahead.
The point I will say that call it Jambudeep, call it Bharatvarsh, call it Bharat, call it India. It was RSS who, aligned with Britishers, who aligned with the foreign powers to destabilize India.
Since 1942, Quit India movement, Nehru was sitting in Czechoslovakia. What was he doing?
They wanted to dilute the Quit India movement.
What was he doing?
They wanted to
Licking
dilute
boots of the Britishers?
So these people are teaching us.
These people, you are the ones who sold Chandrasekhar
Mr.
Azad.
Malik,
You
Mr.
are
Malik,
the ones who sold Bhagat
Mr.
Singh,
Malik,
called him
please
a
show some
terrorist.
regard for the format of the debate. Mr. Malik, please show some regard for the format of the debate. I will give you an opportunity to respond, but you're bulldozing your way into this conversation and it's not good for anyone. Pooja, finish your point.
This
Being
is a historical
subject-
fact. They
Mr.
aligned
Malik,
with
comment.
British
Sanatan-
movement.
Can we
They
please
aligned
mute him, please?
to dilute the INA.
Cannot be marked as RSS propaganda. Sorry.
Certificates to call us Bharat or India. Constitution, they want to undo the very work of the freedom
Pooja, what
fighters.
did you say about the RSS? Pooja, what point were you making about the RSS?
I was saying that they sided with Britishers in diluting the Quit India movement. They wrote to Britishers when INA mutiny took place, and now they sit in the news chambers and say that Nehru and Baba Sahib Ambedkar did wrong in naming India as Bharat shall be Union of States.
All you do not even know history of Congress
Okay.
and Ambedkar.
Okay,
When you
Mr.
do
Malik.
not know Congress and Ambedkar history, do not comment on Mr. Ambedkar. Please go and read. Don't be a Rahul Gandhi on the show. Don't be a Rahul Gandhi on the show when you do not know an iota bit about what is the history between Jawaharlal Nehru
Mr. Malik,
and
we can't even understand what you're saying. Your defense is also getting eclipsed by what Pooja is saying. It will be best if we are civil enough to let her speak, and I'll give you an opportunity to talk. Let's not bulldoze our way into a conversation. Pooja, go ahead.
So I'm saying that people who sided with Britishers to dilute the Indian national struggle now raise questions on the constitution that has been
But
formed
Pooja,
by
our name Bharat has nothing to do with what you have just said. This
Nobody
is something
is
which is
denying
thousands
that
of
our
years
name is
old.
not
This is something which is thousands of years old. It's not something which the
saying
Britishers
nobody
or
is
the
denying
RSS or
India.
Nehru can define. It is something which has been defined by the people
Mr. Malik
of this country.
brought in Nehru and Mr. Malik brought the constitutional gati. So I'm pointing out RSS contribution in freedom struggle of siding with the Britishers, and those who didn't unfurl the national flag at their headquarters for 52 years shouldn't give us patriotism certificate. Coming back to your question, I'll come back to the topic. Nobody is denying that India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of state. I'm saying why this debate? This debate because the opposition parties came together and named their alliance India. We say that we believe in the idea of Bharat, bringing harmony, amity, resilience and trust to the country. So what will you do? We'll call it Bharat.
Vineet, let me rebut now.
Just for the sake
Okay.
of losing elections. It's just
All right,
here
Mr.
and
Malik.
there. And now you've come up with this.
Mr. Malik, now I hope you're able to appreciate that when you're going to be speaking, nobody is going to be interrupting you like you interrupted everybody else. Go ahead.
Understanding of what she's talking about. She's as mindful as Mr. Rahul Gandhi is. You must understand when she commented on saying that Jambu Dweepe or whatever, Jambu Dweepe Bharat Khande is an integral part of every religious citation that we do in our Vedic experts, in our Vedic endeavors, in our Vedic
Exactly the one
of
that
life.
was written
Now,
by-
what does that mean?
You
That
started
means
with-
Bharat Khande is the Eurasian plateau, and out of that, the entire Eurasian area, out of that, the Bharat Khanda. That is what it means. Now, let's come to the basic thing. She is saying that this Aryavata, Bharat Khanda and Jambu Dweepe thing is an RSS thing. No, ma'am, this is
No,
not
I'm
an
not saying RSS thing.
This is
I'm
a basic
saying
thing which you
RSS
have
backed
no
up the
iota.
Mata
Even if
identity.
you're born in a Brahman cult, you have zero knowledge of it. Zero
You have
knowledge.
to listen
Being
what
a
you're
Brahman,
saying.
you
I
do
didn't
not
mention
know
RSS
about
thing.
this.
I
It is
said
shameful.
RSS
It is
backed
shameful
up
upon your
the
upbringing.
Mata
Number
identity
two, you
struggle.
cannot tell
RSS
us
sided with
those who
Britishers
live
in the
Mr.
freedom
Malik,
as a
struggle.
Mr. Malik, I
parasite
can't
on
defend
the
your right to
British
speak here. I
and
can't defend
hate.
your right to speak here because when she was trying to say something, you did not let her speak, and now she's not letting you speak. That is why having turns and speaking in your turn is the best way to conduct a debate. However, we've also run out of time. This is something which, of course, is a pressing issue. India's identity has to be what India's identity has been for thousands of years as well. Mr. Malik, Pooja, and Dr. Rai, appreciate you joining us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.